Welcome, my friends. We have another Fix That Hit series featuring none other than Bye Forever. So, we need to find the first attack here, and I believe Ice Jethro. Yes, Ice Jethro. Now, we hit this base. I was the third attacker to hit it. We had Holden afterwards. But the original plan came from Ice Jethro. And a very beautiful plan in itself, you know. Little Queen Walk Lalo action, which is always good to see. Always fun to see. So, he is going to be doing a little Queen Walk here. And he puts a loon out at 3. Triggering that stuff. And then he's going to do the baby, right? Just to make sure that, yeah, obviously there was a black bomb there. So nice use of the loon. Just a little simple queen walk here. Not a hard funnel right there. Really not. He didn't have the pop ability either. And then, of course, King's going to be using here for funneling, so he gets his wall breakers. Okay? All the good stuff. Now, Bye Forever, Ice Jethro coming in hot, baby. Coming in hot. Brilliant plan. So there goes the test wall breaker. And here comes the rage wall breakers. And honestly, this was a huge break. Now, he was not intending to open up this compartment when he first hit it. He was like, oh, is that going to be a problem? In the end, we found out that's actually the good thing that did happen was opening that. Now, a couple tweaks, obviously, we're going to make, and I'll talk you through it. Now, I've actually thought about, you know, even when I did my cleanup, I was like, how can we get those baby dragons? Like, what if we bring a wizards? You know, sometimes with hounds, you used to bring wizards behind to speed up the kill. But the thing is, I thought about that, will that work with ice golems? But the thing is, the ice golem freezes the wizard, so it's not like the speed up time is just not, it's not there, right? It's just not there. Not really worth it. Big time value here. Now, of course, with this long walk, now you already know this is a super long walk. Time can be an issue. So when you have these longer walks, you got to make sure, and mentally, you got to be like, or get your voice, you know, your teammates or clanmates to tell you, drop your cleanup down right away. If you don't drop your cleanup down, you will time fail, and it will happen. So here comes the Lalo section. Now in this moment, now you can't predict this because see what he intentionally was going to come in at 9 o'clock, right? So he went with 9 o'clock. It would be very, any attacker to come in at 3, it would be very hard to do. And the reason why you'd want to come in at 3, if you could have spotted on the fly, but it's so hard to predict. You would have to, you know, as your queen's walking, you have to realize you opened up this wall, which you had not intentionally planned to do, which would then give her access to the whole 9 o'clock section, right? That's something very hard. I mean, could someone do it? Of course, someone can do it, and that would make an exceptional player. Would I see that? Nah, I don't know. Probably not. I mean, he didn't, you know, he was on voice. None of us saw it. I think I watched this live. Did I watch it live? I think so. I didn't even see it watching live if I was on live, but the others claymates didn't either. So to see that, it's so hard. But if you were able to do that in the moment, it would have been better and realize Queen can get all this stuff over at 9, so you would start your Lalo at 3, right? But of course, original plan was to come in at 9, so I mean, you can't beat yourself up on that. But if you were able to spot that during the raid, I mean, that's just OP. I mean, I don't even know. That's just so OP. Notice, see, Queen's going to just walk out there. So you're just wasting all those hounds and loons. Yeah, I didn't quite get the funnel at 12. Was not quite there. Of course, it was a fresh hit, so he didn't know the Tesla farm was there. Of course, not knowing that fresh hit, always harder, guys. I mean, you know, he was like, he probably didn't think he had the funnel there. In the end, he did have the funnel there, and you could tell it didn't work out so well. But you see this hit, and you're like, why? Halo, he's not even, is he even close? I mean, he's got 2, look what he's got up. Air defense. He's got an Inferno, Wizard Tower, 2 Expos. Like, why would you rerun that? Isn't that a mistake? Well, no, you gotta realize, like, the things about bringing in the queen, bringing in the loons at 3, that would change the whole aspect of it. Knowing what the testiform is, knowing different things like that, okay? So, actually, you know what? I am going to, I'm going to show Holden's hit. I'm going to do a three-way process. Because Holden hit this for the second time. He tried to clean it, and not quite there. And we'll speed it up. All the same entry points. But the difference I saw in what I looked at with Holden's hit, and this is why watching replays is important, is spell placement, right? Spell placement's pretty critical. Had the pop ability. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, he had the pop ability there. You're going to see that I'm going to have the pop ability. So look what happened here. So a couple things to note when you watch these replays. I realized as you're going through, you got to look for this stuff, okay? First off, notice too early on the loons here. This wizard tower was hitting these loons. Now, getting that timing is difficult. I don't remember if I get the timing right, but if you can attempt to, wait to drop these loons so this wizard tower goes after the hound. This will give you, help protect your loons even more, okay? And a couple other things. Now, as far as spells, right? He was just a bit off. So I'm going to put my haste spell that covers the expo and the wizard tower. And I'm going to haste here. And I'm going to also haste towards the town hall. A double haste there, okay? And the reason I want to do that is because I want to make sure those loons get to the town hall as quickly as possible, okay? Another thing, he was a bit... The haste here on the back end was a bit late. And all this stuff adds up. You know it adds up. You look at I did a process video on my hit where I was too early on my spells with my minors, and it cost me a fail. Or, if you mess up your spells, if you messed up abilities, things like that, that's what's going to happen. Notice he also has 6 loons in the bag, right? He forgot to drop 6 loons, or he was he forgot to put them down during the raid. So what that is telling me is I'm going to go heavy early on, okay? And I'm going to show you my hit here. I'm going to go heavy early on in the attack with the loons because you notice he lost quite a bit of loons towards at the town hall. So I need to go heavier. So I was going to do, I think, 8 here, then 5 and 4. I believe that was my order. 8 at this one, 5, 4. Now that's a lot of loons early on, but I realized he had 6 left over. I can bring that many because I'm going to lose a lot along the way. I want to make sure I have enough for the town hall. And then, of course, I will have loons for these cannon archer tower, that cannon as well. It'll give me enough, and I'll make sure my haste spells are on point. However, even during this attack, things are, this is what happens. This is why Clash is so crazy. Same entry, but I put the baby dragon just a tad different position. So the baby dragon goes to this gold mine instead of up here. And you might think, oh, that's not a big deal. But guys, this is where it gets crazy. Look what happens here. Queen walks in. Now she's getting hit by this expo. In the previous hits, the expo was on the baby dragon. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to pop ability or rage. I tried to wait. Look how close I got. I had the pop ability. That's a huge mistake. That's you don't want to do that. Popping ability when you didn't have to in the previous 2 hits. But it's like all because of the baby. I put one tile off. Makes all the difference. So that's what's crazy about Clash. Anyways, so just keep going. At this point, I was like, crappity-doo-dah, balonies. Because I don't have an ability, that's going to be huge. So I have to make sure my queen stays alive. So earlier rages, not as effective rages, and I actually do that. I actually put my rages a bit early on purpose because I was afraid she would die, right? I was afraid she would die. Look, she's even stepped in closer this time. Oh my goodness. Now, I put that rage down. My intention was, when I watched this replay, I realized I could get away with 2 rages and an ability and use a rage for my loons. And the reason I could do that, because after the queen uses, if I use my ability on the enemy queen, there's nothing that can hurt my queen. Like, look at there's an archer tower here and multis. Like, that's not going to hurt my queen, right? So my intention was to do a rage right in this section right here for my loons, because I knew I could do it. But because I popped ability early, I was like, I put a rage down early because I knew she'd be getting hit by 3 defenses right out of that ice golem. So I was like, I got to put the rage down. I cannot lose this queen. If my queen goes down here, I don't care. I'm going to like, it's over. So that's unfortunate. I had to use early, again, another early rage. I did this on purpose. I didn't want to. I wanted to wait till I encountered, but I had to. Anyways, here comes the Lalo section. Okay, oh no, oh, look at that. The Wizard Tower didn't even hit the Hound. Oh my goodness. Look at that, boys. It's right on the edge of it. That's unfortunate. So, didn't matter in the end. I'm still going to get tagged up here. But notice my haste spells was a bit better, right? A bit better. I mean, just by like a half a tile makes a difference all in the world. And of course, I haste again to get to the town hall. Loons coming in top. Again, those extra loons I brought, look at that. They're coming in handy right there. Drop board ability with the multi. Have 1 haste spell in the bag. I'm going to put it down. Boom. And that's how you smash your base. Now, this was, just look at that. Look how many loons I have up. Now, before all the previous attacks. Now, you wonder, how can that be? How can you have 3 hits and they're all different? What made the difference in this one? I mean, I don't even have, that's like, I got like 15 loons up or something. How is that possible, guys? Now, you might be wondering. Well, that haste, putting proper haste spells, right? Proper haste spells and, the timing, right? I brought extra loons. I made sure the town hall was going to go down. I popped Warden when he needed it. So all those things add up. It's crazy how Clash, like, if you make a mistake, it can really hurt you. Now, you can recover. But if you do things right and watch replays, right? Obviously, it's more helpful because I was able to watch another replay. But things add up, and that's why sometimes you can smash a base, or sometimes you don't have to, or sometimes it's very close. All I'm saying. So, anyways, that's how you take down that base. Little process video for you. Lots of different Lalo strategies. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. 3 attacks, all different. Like I had to pop ability, Holden had a pop ability, and the first attacker, Jethro, he didn't have to pop his ability, but he entered at 9. Of course, his was the fresh, so his was the hardest hit. But it's all a teamwork, all a process for everybody, right? We learn from each other, and a great plan from Jethro from the beginning. Without that, the plan was there, and that's how you execute it. So, yeah. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that, and I guess we'll see you around. Halo out.